I think the one success for me immediately would be to get Pakistan back on track with the IMF. Seriously, I mean, that's important to me. I think that if we leave this government, whenever we do, a year from now most likely, that I want to leave Pakistan with maybe 50% more reserves than what I inherited, which is $10.8 billion. And most importantly, I want to have a measure of control on the current account deficit. We'll still have a current account deficit, maybe 2%, 3%, which is sustainable and which is what a poor growing country should have. But this 6% is beyond our means to afford. And whatever growth we have, I know this for a fact that my boss, Shahbaz Sharif, will want this to be an inclusive growth. There's just, it's no fun really in Pakistan to now have so many people, 70 million people now below the poverty line. That's not how you run a country. So if you can have inclusive growth and control the current account deficit, I think that would be a good job done for me.
Okay. Well, obviously the move to other energy sources, to other technologies requires huge investment. And that's when multilateral development banks or also national development banks come in. I think the money is lying on the street for that. Mobilizing private capital is possible. We need to come up with good projects. And this is why those national or multilateral institutions who have a strong science and engineering base are in a relatively good position.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the one risk here is that in the short term, getting away from Russian oil and gas means more oil from and others from elsewhere. And so I guess it's the balance and how quickly that transition can be from Russian fossil fuels to renewables, in that sense, leapfrogging and sort of accelerating the process that you say was, lying in wait, as you just referenced.
We are always underestimating the potential reform activities.
So when the pandemic came, we realized the best multiplier that we will have for recovery of the economy would be for government to spend money in building infrastructure. So capital expenditure was our route to recovery. Capital expenditure was the course which we took after quite a lot of consideration, because even as the pandemic was raging, the advice given to us was, no, you please put money in the hands of the people. Our feeling was that money in the hands of the people will certainly create some demand for consumption immediately. But the calculation by Reserve Bank of India was that for every 1 rupee spent on that score, the multiplier was only 95 paisa, meaning 0.95 to 100.
C'est une situation qui impacte l'ensemble des pays. En Europe, partout dans le monde, et le Congo ne fait pas exception.
It's a situation that impacted a lot of countries around the world, and Congo is no exception.
On sent déjà le taux d'inflation et les prix monter à une vitesse difficilement maîtrisable.
We already feel the inflation and the rates go high in a very rapid way.
Nous avons mis en place un plan de résilience.
We put together a plan of resilience
qui va nous permettre de faire face justement à cette insécurité alimentaire.
That will allow us to face this alimentation insecurity.
What kind of measures, for example? Just one, because we have to give the floor to my colleague.
Par exemple, soutenir davantage les producteurs agricoles.
For instance, to help even more the agriculture.
Pour renforcer les capacités de production
the farmers,
en interne.
To reinforce the inside capacities,
et ne pas dépendre de l'importation.
and not to avoid to depend on importation.
Constituer les stocks de sécurité
To constitute a security stock
pour garantir effectivement la permanence des produits agricoles, des produits alimentaires à notre peuple.
to bring a guarantee to our people for all the product agriculture from agriculture.
Financer les producteurs.